Okay, so in this video, we're going to overview the web demo. So in this one, I have the remix repo set up, and the first thing I want to show you is this file called Floro module.js. And you'll see that it points at the remix demo, which is the name of this project. It would work for the next demo as well if that was the project that I was demoing. Both run on localhost 3000. So I want to first set up my API keys. So hopefully you've made a local API key. The docs explain how to do that, and it's enabled. And you want to put the API key in your .env file, and you want to set up a webhook that points at /API/webhook/Floro. And you want to copy the secret there and paste it into the Floro webhook secret in the .env file. Okay, so I think the first thing I want to do is kind of overview what's going on in this file. So we're pointing at our local repository, and right now we're pointing at the SHA 509DB. And when we build from this SHA, we build all of our assets that we kind of can use in Floro. And so we also build our locales that we're going to pull down. So the way we do that is we say Floro module build, and now we're going to point at that file. So we're in the root directory, so we have to point at app floro infra floro module.js, and that thing is now going to build all of our assets for us. And it's not yarn, we're going to do npm run dev, and now we can start the project on localhost 3000 and everything should work. So first things first, hopefully you have the Chrome extension installed and you input your API key, a local API key. And so we can open up our text from our website when we have the Chrome extension on, and we can also make local edits from Floro that will update our website state. You can also stash your changes and pop your stash. So the thing we really want to do though is test out live site updates. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to see, look, this is a whip state. So if we turn off the Chrome extension, this is the actual state that's on the server. That is the production state. And it corresponds to F09DB, as we see in this SHA. So when we change to the branch head of main, a webhook will get sent. So let's make a commit message testing that this really updates the page. And let's refresh the demo page just to confirm we're still on that initial commit. And after we commit, we should be able to see that the webhook event went through. And now when we refresh the page, we see that it updated to our change. So another way to test this is we can actually mutate the main branch and change the head back to our original change. So we'll switch it back to F09DB. Now when we refresh the page, it should just say welcome to the Floro demo. So, that's how we can do real-time text updates. But maybe something kind of more interesting where you don't need live updates is looking at something like colors. So let's play with the icon color. So if we look at that language select, we'll see it's composed of two SVGs. We have this kind of drop-down thing and this language thing. I'm going to collapse the side view. And it maps this icon single contrast theme. So let's hop over to themes, and we'll see that that thing, its default is a gray, and then in dark mode it maps to white, and then the hover modes are both this blue color. So let's first change the dark mode white to being an orange. And it didn't update. It didn't update because the Chrome extension isn't in edit mode. But when we put it in edit mode, we should see the orange icons. Now, when we switch the hover to red, we see that that works too. So this is kind of silly. Let's switch it all back. Now, a really weird thing that we can do is we can actually switch the palette colors too. So if we've mapped our palette colors to our icons, then the icons will update. So let's switch all the purples in our app to being green. And you'll see that this should actually affect all the icons that use that color. You don't have to map your palette colors to your icons, but it does make simple color changes kind of easy, and it's fun to play around with and test out new color schemes with. Okay, so one really important thing we need to kind of go over now is how do we actually deal with this in development a little bit more. So we've shown that there's these real-time live updates, but what about when we just want to update our current build state to reflect the new SHA? So in that case, you're probably pulling from the remote, and you're going to run something like Floro module sync. So let's try that out locally. So right now we can see the SHA in the meta Floro JSON is pointing at F09dB. Let's open a new terminal, and from the root of the project, I'm going to write Floro module sync -b. I'm typing -l because I'm pointing at the local repository and not the remote Floro repository. And you can see I have to do that because we haven't pushed our changes. So if I tried to pull from the remote, it'd still be pointing at F09dB. But I'm going to point at the local repository. I'm going to type -m Floro infra slash Floro module.js. And now it updated. It says testing if this really updates the app, and we're at index 1. So now when I run the demo, it's going to reflect the current SHA state, and all of our generated types and things will come from the new SHA state. So that's really all there is to it. You can click around and view the rest of our documentation, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. All right, thanks.